All right, as we mentioned, travelers to the U.S. could soon be required to submit their last 5 years of social media activity for review before being allowed in. Let's bring in tech expert Carmi Levy, who joins us this morning for more on this. Carmi, good morning. And do we know how this would work? And is there any way to erase your social media footprint?
Yeah, so there are 42 countries in the world that are part of this so-called visa waiver program, which basically allows anyone in those countries to travel to the US for up to 90 days for work or for tourism, just regular sort of needs, without a visa. And so up till now, they've only had to provide sort of basic amounts of information, name, address, and all that, phone number. Whereas now the amount of information is going to be expanded, your family members, your social media history going back 5 years. And how that would work is, they haven't said. They've just given this sort of high level, that you need to provide this, but they haven't said in what form. Is it electronic? Is it a document? Is it a PDF? We don't really know. But there are a lot of people now who are scrambling, kind of looking back 5 years, going, wait a second, which apps, which platforms, what do I need to do? So more questions than answers at this point. But the good news here is Canada isn't on that list. So we're officially not supposed to, we're not required to start providing this early next year, but it's still a good reminder every time we cross the border into the US, we are subject to perhaps, if they ask, to hand over our devices. We know they are doing searches. We may still want to be looking at our digital footprint and going, does it need a bit of a cleanup before I travel?
Yeah, I'm wondering too, is that the play, Carmi? I mean, I was kind of half joking. Can we erase our social media footprint? But if you can do that, I mean, does that raise more questions than answers when officials look at your phone and go, why is your history erased?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the play is if all of a sudden there's nothing there, it looks kind of suspicious. If you deleted all of your social media apps before you cross the border, which some people do, that also looks a bit odd. Who doesn't use social media these days? And so it could go either way. And I think the reminder there is that what we say and do online can come back and bite us. And we might want to do, maybe not a complete cleanup, don't bleach it because that makes it obvious, but maybe more subtly go into your history and maybe start getting rid of things that, yeah, might cause problems if somebody brings them up. So let's call it half measure, not full.
I mean, that's not bad advice for if you're looking for a job, if you're trying, and you know that people scrub social media accounts for references and just quality control and character references. So that's not a bad rule of thumb, regardless.
Yeah, completely. I mean, we don't need the US government to remind us that, our digital footprint, our digital life, really, that's what the first thing that people do, whether it's a prospective employer, a possible date, friends, you name it, they're creeping us online and they're looking us up going, is this person a good person? Do they say or do things that, may cause question, do I really want to be around them? So we probably want to start looking at it regardless of what's happening politically out in the world.
Right.
All right. Meantime, speaking of social media, teenagers right across Australia waking up this morning, Carmi, to find that their social media accounts, they've gone dark after the world's first ever ban took effect. What exactly is happening here, and do you think this will work?
Yeah, this is huge. So it's called the Online Safety Amendment. It's being enacted as of today in Australia. First country in the world to ever do this, ban social media for an entire age group from coast to coast to coast. So if you're using Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, and a couple of others, if you're under 16, you're not allowed to use it as of today. And when the government has left it up to the tech companies to figure out how to do that, what kind of technologies they're going to use. They are using artificial intelligence to analyze what kids are posting and decide, is this a kid or is this an adult? And then they've been removing, for about the past week or so, they've been removing those accounts or giving you the option of either having the account deleted or frozen until you're of age. A lot of other countries are watching this, Denmark, Malaysia, Norway, even the European Union. They're thinking of implementing their own laws and they're watching the Australian experience for that. But already I'm seeing reports of kids. They've been hoarding devices in their lockers at school. They've been stealing their parents' accounts, and some of them are even changing up the way that they operate online, what they post, how they write, who they follow. They're following senior citizen knitting groups to make themselves look older, trick the AI into thinking they're adults, not kids. So it's an imperfect solution, but we're watching closely because that may very well play into what Canada implements eventually if we come up with legislation of our own.
Senior Citizen Knitting Group. I may have to look for that group. That sounds kind of interesting.
I can send that to you. I'm already part of that. Do a lot of knit one, purl two.
I'm right there with you.
Oh my gosh, we got to ask you about this. We've talked about this on the show a couple of times, but AI, we've talked a lot with you about this, but now really kind of making its way into holiday shopping. People using it, embracing it to help find the perfect present.
Yeah, I mean, a recent survey from Omnisend shows that over half of Canadians are already using tools like Chatbot and Google Gemini, generative AI tools, to look for things online, to research purchases and actually do purchases. OpenAI introduced a new feature a couple months ago called Instant Checkout. They're partnering with different retailers, starting with Walmart, so that you don't even have to leave ChatGPT in order to go shopping and actually buy things from within the chatbot. So this is happening now as we speak, and this really is sort of the first holiday shopping season where AI tools are really a thing. But there are a lot of concerns. 87% of Canadians say, we don't really trust these tools. We worry about cybersecurity. We worry about data integrity. We worry about privacy. We know that AI doesn't always get it right. So there are all sorts of issues. And of course, you can imagine cyber criminals are starting to hone in on this as well. If we're buying in chatbots, they're going to target us in the chatbots as well.
Right. And listen, don't target me if you don't like your gift this year, because talk to ChatGPT. Wasn't me. Okay.
I'm sure the gift was great, Jeff. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Carmi. Good to see you this morning. Appreciate this.
Thanks, guys.